What's up, everyone? So, welcome back to Nderitu Basketball Radio. And without further ado, let's just get into KBF news. This article was published Saturday, 23rd July, and didn't didn't necessarily react to it right away. But right now, let's just do that. So, Dynamites overpower Eldonets in overtime for second victory. So, this is another article by Mozart Sport in Madeka, Linet Madeka. Actions continues on Saturday, Sunday, 24th. So this was at the time that weekend. So Coach Juma Kent led University of Nairobi Dynamites needed an extra 5 minutes of their match against Eldonets to pick a win in the Kenya Basketball Federation Women's League. So Liz Okumu and Lynn Vanessa scored 14 points apiece to aid the varsity side to pick a 69-48 win in extra time. So this game we went to overtime, and apparently the Dynamites, they won this game, and I believe this is the start of their winning streak, because this past weekend they just took care of the KU Oryx in a blowout win. They won by 25 points. So I digress. So moving on, the match that had ended in a 45-point draw in regulation time, and the Eldonets were forced to go to war for the victory without the services of a key player, Stacey Ongwe, who had fouled out of the match. So the UN Dynamites have been in the Premier League for a while now, and the Eldonets just won the Div 1 title last season, and they got promoted to the Premier League. So this is their first go around, and they have not had a good start at all, as they're yet to win a game. They have not looked like the Eldonets that they were in Div 1, and they have to at least change the way they operate inside. So the Dynamites, continue with the article, the Dynamites scored 15 while restricting the Eldonets to 2 in the extra period for the win. So Coach Kent was quoted as saying, "We had a good first half, but my players lost concentration in the second half and allowed the Eldonets to claw back and force the overtime. I am, however, pleased with the final outcome. They gave their all and the extra period for the win." So his opposite number, James Ndungu, blamed the result on lack of bench power. So it was just not a good look for the Eldonets. So my players gave it their all. It was 100% effort from each one of them, but we only had 8 players, and that meant some players had to be on the floor longer. Say the Eldonets tactician, who had the expertise of Kenyan international Tyler Okari on the technical bench. So I mean, it was a murky game for both teams, the UN Dynamites and the Eldonets team. So the Eldonets team need to at least find a way to win. And because if they continue like this, it's not gonna end great for them, because teams right now, they're like 7 games played in 7 games into the season, and some teams are trying to establish some dominance. So it's better you get those wins so you can be able to position yourself for a playoff spot earlier, not later in the season. So the Eldonets had to pick up the slack on there, but great work by the UN Dynamites, and fighting in overtime. And since then, they've now lost their foot forward. As I mentioned, they are right now on a 4-game winning streak. They have a 5-1 record, and right now the only loss that they had was the season opener to KPA. So potential playoff lock. Just want to see how far they will go in the postseason, as last season they lost in the first round to the Storms, and it wasn't a good look for them. But in another match, Coach Ronnie Owino charged the Strathmore Swords, picked a second win of the season. They saw the Anu Panthers 65-53 in an entertaining encounter. The Strathmore Swords are just piling on. We had good runs, but fatigue caught up with us, and a few costly turnovers changed the game in the Swords' favor, and you couldn't recover. And again, we had a better game compared to the other matches we have played. For the first time, we had a full squad of 12, and the substitutions helped to deliver a better performance. We only need to work on getting the bench players to maintain the same level of execution as the starters, and we give each team a run for their money. Offer the Anu, Kepa, Nicole, or Diambo. So the Anu side have not looked great. They got beat in the first round of the playoffs by the Equity Hawks. Hopefully, they can be able to pick up and at least pick up and be a contender. At least not even a contender, but also just secure a playoff spot, because you don't want not to be in the playoffs. And yeah, man. I mean, that's just a quick tidbit on what is happening in the women's side. I promise to be a bit consistent on these uploads and also timely on them. So expect more of these as Nderitu Basketball Radio is back. I hope you like the new branding. And yeah, man, I'm out. I'm gonna see you guys in the next upload.